Hi, y'all. My name is James. I'm the owner and lead developer with Rabbit Ears Design. And today I just want to take a few minutes to show anybody that's looking to start their own business. First, how you're going to see if that business name is something that's available in your state. And second of all, to see if whatever the domain name that you would like for your business is something that's available as well. So first and foremost, let's go to, for me, because I live in Colorado, I'm going to use the Colorado Secretary of State website. But if you live in California, Massachusetts, it doesn't matter. The process is going to be basically the same. Now, I can go right to business organizations, but if you want just to experience the full process, we're going to go to the main page, and then you'll go to business, trademarks, and trade names. From here, you have access to a database of every registered business in the state. And this is a really powerful tool. It allows you to get information on the owner of that business, usually the contact information of that business, sometimes the owner as well, and a lot of other interesting things. But what we're curious about today is going to be for our own business. It's going to be, is the name of our business available? So just off the top of my head, we'll do Turtleshell Turtleshell LLC is going to be our business. So what you'll want to do is go to name availability search. And from here, before we proceed any further, I just want to point out that it's very important that you include the exact way that you want your business name to be registered to show up. So that's going to include any sort of abbreviations like incorporated or LLC or really whatever you can think of. But for us, we said Turtleshell. I'm going to spell some things wrong today. Turtleshell LLC. All right. So Turtleshell LLC is a name that's available. That's good. That means that we could actually go through the process, and if we wanted to, we could click here to file a document and actually start the process of registering our name with the Secretary of State. The reason why you should register your business name with the Secretary of State is because first and foremost, for your business to be legitimate and legal, you need to do that. And second of all, on a more practical note, if you want to open a business bank account or anything like that, you'll need the information that's provided by the Secretary of State in order to do so. So I will probably make another video on actually going through that process and registering a business name. But for today, we're not going to do that. But what I will say is that generally you can expect anywhere from about $20 to $50 or $70 to actually register your name. It just is going to depend on what kind of business you're creating. If you're creating a sole proprietorship, it's going to be a little bit less than if you're creating an LLC, for example. For me, when I registered Rabbit Ears Design, that was a sole proprietor, and that was a $20 fee. Each year, you do have a $3 renewal fee, which is pretty negligible. And this is all for Colorado. I imagine it's going to be basically the same depending on what state you're in. Now, let's go through the process of actually seeing if the domain name for our business would be available. Now, you can obviously be very creative with your business domain, your website name. But for us today, we'll just go simple and do Turtle Services LLC and see if the .com would be available for that. Now, I like to use this website here, which is domain.com. This is good just to, if anything, just look up whether or not the name that you're interested in using is available in the first place. And depending on what your goals are, I would recommend using different services to actually purchase that domain. Some companies will actually offer your website hosting and then give you the domain name for free for a year. So that's always a good option, depending on what your goals are. If you have any questions about any of this, if things don't make sense, feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section or send me an email. You'll find that in the bio. But for today, we're going to look up Turtleshell LLC as our business, and Turtleshell LLC. So turtleshellllc.com is actually available. You'll notice here that even though that's available, it's providing us with a lot of other options for what our domain name could be, whether that's .website, .online, and depending on your goals are, it might make sense to do something else, or if your .com is not available, you could go with another option. Feel free to be creative here, but obviously the more memorable, the better. Now you'll notice that included with this domain purchase is privacy and protection. That's something that I would recommend depending on what you want. If you want to have a bunch of robocalls coming to your phone, you could add the privacy and protection. I generally don't do it because I use a business phone number, so it's separate from me, but it really depends on what you want. And once again, if you have any comments or things don't make sense, feel free to just let me know below. But for us today, this is actually a slightly more expensive domain than you'll normally find. And that's because it's a .com and it's sort of I guess a more common domain name. So that's really the whole process. It's really quite simple. Number one, to check the availability of a business name. And second of all, to see if that name would be available as a domain. And yeah, I want to thank you for watching. And if you have any questions or concerns, just let me know below. Thank you very much. Bye.